you talked about hiring ISAs and bringing on agents, and like there was this part of your journey where you went from being just like a great individual contributor to having to learn how to succeed through others. So like for those that are on this call and listening to that, and they're like in that part of the journey where, like I know on our team, I had the team blow up at least a half a dozen times. It's just part of life. Like what are some big tips or takeaways or insights that you could share with those that are trying to make that move from like, I like to call it going from quarterback to coach, right? It's like getting on the sidelines and causing the team that's on the field to perform without putting your hands on the ball.
Yeah, that was hard for me. I had an identity crisis. I really did when I made that move, because you go from the thing that causes you to succeed is effort. When you're in the quarterback role, the thing that causes you to succeed is effort. It's like, can you work some extra hours? Can you make some extra phone calls? Can you, and when you move out of that role, effort only gets you so far. When you start trying to succeed through other people, for me personally, that is when I started my sort of like short temper and minimal patience started to really reveal themselves, because they worked for me when I was like in an individual producing role. They actually helped me to like push, because they were all directed at myself. But then when I couldn't hammer that nail in anymore, and it was somebody else that had to do it, I had to develop a whole different skill set. And that skill set, I mean, one is just like treating people kindly, that's not a skill set. That's just like a value, that's just like a basic. But when things get tough and pressure's on and the ability to lead others, it requires something that I didn't have and I had to develop. And I'll just say, like, it starts with it's being really thoughtful. It's being able to take a step back and plan, and be able to like somewhat strategize as well, and go, well, what is the thing that would have to happen? And you start to look over, multiple months instead of multiple days or multiple weeks. You have to get so far ahead so that you can you can kind of put together a game that others can understand and have an appreciation for, and that they know what they have to do every day. And then you've got to set up compensation plans so that they're incentivized in the right ways to do what they need to do. And then you've got to give the right training and coaching so that they're empowered to do those things. And, if any of these pieces are missing, you're going to have some clunkiness. And we've pretty much always had clunkiness on my journey, but, just starting to take a step back and work on that new skill set of getting ahead of the game, being able to clearly communicate with people and figure out how to set other people up for success and encourage them in that. And then the challenge there is you have to be able to figure out who are the people that have potential, but maybe part of the system isn't right. And who are the people that just aren't putting in the effort, or just aren't playing to the level that they need to. And sometimes that's hard when things are moving really fast. It's hard to know which is which and what's what. I've made a lot of mistakes in that along the way as well.